for season 6, episode 1. We're here with Outoftune. How's it going, guys? Got the gang here.
Good, man.
So, can each of you guys give some background information about yourself, like when you started making music and like just like that?
Shit, you wanna go down the line?
Yeah, let's go down the line.
I'm Ian. I'm 19. I'm from here, Connecticut. Shit.
When did you start making music?
Probably when I was about 13. It was spotty, here and there, and then it just got more consistent as I got older. I got deeper. Shit changed, like with drug use and shit. Everything changes what I do and like how consistently I'm working. Do I gotta be closer to the mic?
A little bit, but you're okay.
Yeah.
We'll still pick it up.
Shit, my niggas
Gang.
here.
What about you, man? Say.
Say Curl. Originally from the Bronx. I moved to Connecticut when I was about 12. And I started making music around like 4 or 5 years ago now. And I first made my first song with Muda. So
Was that NyQuil?
nah, this is some like shit.
Before that?
Shit. Nah, bro.
Nah, that was
shit.
like what? Nah, NyQuil was like 2 years.
Yeah, man,
Like 2 years into the shit. But
Really?
my
Okay.
first song, nah, I don't even think it's out anymore. But
You got rid of it? You put it on private or something?
definitely private. Yeah, it's private. But yeah, I'm 22 and yeah, that's about it.
Just grinding. Smile.
Hey, yeah, it's my little crybaby. You know how the fuck is going. Outoftune. I love my guys. I've been doing music honestly since like 3rd grade, bro.
Really?
Little ass kid. I loved it. That's what I wanted to do. Music. Nothing else. I knew this what I wanted to do, so I just
Stuck with it.
else. Rebel, like for real. Honestly,
Yeah.
I like music is all I need to do. My life.
That's dope.
Yeah, 23, Jordan year, our
Hey.
year, Outoftune year. That's what I gotta say, really.
Perfect, man. Evan.
Yeah, so I'm a Vanderblue. I'm from Portland, which is like right by Middletown. It's
Yep.
kind of, you probably know where that is. You're from
Yeah.
out here. It's in the woods, kind of,
Over the bridge, right?
Over the bridge, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of like right over the bridge, kind of like around Main Street.
Okay.
So like I'm not like deep in the fucking state forest.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people might think I am, but nah. But yeah, man, I grew up there. I've been doing music since I was probably like, I want to say 16. I just started recording myself probably in GarageBand and shit. Dropped a couple records in high school, put them out there. People clown me, some people fucked with me, but that's just how it goes. You
Yeah.
know, when you're just starting out.
Always when it's local.
Yeah, definitely. And then I ended up going to Western Connecticut for basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And then I met a few people there. His brother being one.
Okay.
He was my teammate.
Yep.
And then that's kind of how me and Say linked up. And it was still at the time kind of where I wasn't really putting out music like that. But I was still doing it a lot, kind of in my free time.
Yeah.
And
It was your hobby at the time.
it was my hobby, yeah, but I was starting to get nice with it. And, he noticed, and at the end of last year, a couple things happened with school at Western. I ended up transferring to Central. And that's kind of really when I stopped hooping, and I really started taking
Music seriously?
Yeah, probably back in July is really when I kind of made that decision to make that push in music. And, yeah, like, it's been taking off ever since. Like, we got this whole thing going right now, like, killing it. So, I mean, definitely got more in store in 2019, too. All of us do. We're coming
I'm
crazy this
excited.
year. Crazy, but, yeah, that's it, man.
Got the Avengers over here.
Yeah, that ass.
What's up? I'm Nick Rose. Last time I was on the show, I was not Nick Rose. I was Tyler Farms with us.
Formerly
Fucking
known as
ages
Tyler
ago.
Farms.
Yeah, reborn. I'm 18. I'm from Plainville, a little suburb around like Newburgh and Hartford. I started taking piano lessons when I was like 7, so that's when like music really started for me.
Okay.
Started fucking around making beats and rapping, writing bars when I was in like 8th grade.
Yep.
Worked on all that shit throughout high school, progressively, leveled up, and now going to UConn and working with these fucking legends. So it's
Hey.
lit.
Appreciate that, bro. What's up, B, aka Flawless? the unappointed leader of Outoftune.
The Toonfest.
Flawless with the sauce, bitch.
Do you run the Outoftune account?
Nah, me and Say.
Okay.
We pretty much do everything
Mhm.
equally.
Yeah.
All the bullshit, all the paperwork, all the shit no one else wants to do, but that's kind of what we got in to do this for,
Yeah. You guys are doing the marketing, the promo, everything that you need.
Pretty much, yeah. We do it all. We do anything we can to promote our brand and
Yeah.
get
You
us
guys
to
are
that
doing a
next
great job. Like the movement of Outoftune is insane. I gotta say, you guys are my favorite group out of Connecticut. Like, you guys have been killing it.
Appreciate
Of
that,
course, man. Like, you got 6 people right here, and you got more members too, right?
Yeah, we got a couple producers.
Yeah, we got.
Yeah,
It's
the other side.
RB.
The other side is more like our production side.
Mhm.
But this is the gang right here.
Yeah.
Like, we got.
That's dope, man. So we're gonna go in chronological order, like you guys said, and so we're gonna start out by talking about the process of Rosewood. So, what initiated this project?
What initiated this project? Making company. That was
Okay.
probably the first step.
So you didn't have it before company; you just
Nah,
made
man.
company.
Everything after company was Rosewood. So company was like the first song I made for Rosewood, and that's when I really started dabbling in like the R&B kind of sound.
Yep.
And that's when I kind of went forward. And at that time, like my production was leveling up, and I was getting more comfortable with my
Growing,
singing voice. Yeah, I was
yeah.
growing. So I consider Rosewood really like a growing album. I
Mhm.
tried a lot of different concepts on there throughout the couple, like about half a year, 3/4 of a year that I spent on it.
Mhm.
And I put out the couple singles that I felt confident about, before
Yep.
I dropped it, Unavailable and all that. And then I ended up dropping it last July. Had the album party right before the night.
That
before
must
it
have been
dropped.
cool.
Yeah, it was sick. It was sick.
How cool was it to see the turnout?
It was crazy. We had
That was in your hometown,
Yeah,
right?
it was in my hometown. We rented out a little hall. It was like 150 people came out. Say popped out. We did Money Calling,
Yeah.
and Catch Up, and Money Calling had never been heard from anyone before.
Really? So that
I
was
had
the first time.
literally I finished like the mix of the song probably like 2 days before the album came out, and no one had ever heard it before. Not even me and Say had heard like the final product before we performed it. So that shit went crazy. That shit went crazy. Yeah, that was just like that is like the most unexpected success ever, and it's fucking awesome.
How about the video?
Oh man,
Talk about that.
video. That was a fun day.
Mhm.
That was actually when me and Say were hanging out during the making of the video. That was the day when he was like, "Hey, me and Brendan are putting this thing together called Outoftune.
Yeah.
And like we're trying to start a family and just come up together. And if you want to be a part of this, like all you gotta do is let me know." And then that's where my part
The
in Outoftune
initiation
came
of
from there.
it.
Yeah, which was fucking sick.
I feel
It was
like you're the
actually-
Spider-Man.
It was actually, it's funny, he says that he didn't have an album before. You said Company?
Yeah.
I don't know if he remembers, but I DM'd him the night I saw like the snippet to the Company video.
Really?
And that was
Yeah.
the night. I remember where I was sitting. I remember telling my girl. I remember going to the room annoying her because I was singing it all night.
Yeah.
And I was like, "This is the kid. I need him. Like,
Yeah.
I need this one." So that was really the initiation.
You were like, he has talent.
Yeah. Even if he said no that day or 2 weeks after from when he told me yes, I was like, "Nah, you with me."
Yeah. You part of the gang.
Yeah. I mean, like before, like even like hanging out with him that day, like 2 years prior, like 2017 in the summer, there was a little festival in Bristol thrown by
Mhm.
Trey Tuck, a little artist festival for people.
Shout out
overseas.
Trey Tuck.
Yeah, it's out Trey Tuck, and he was headlining. And I never knew who he was, and then I saw his set, and I found him on social media. I thought this dude was a fucking god, bro. Like, I idolized
I
this
agree.
dude for so fucking long, and then he reached out to me. I reached out to him a bunch of times, get him on Money Calling, and then hanging out with him that day. That was like, and now he's my big brother, and it's
Yeah,
fucking crazy.
early on when I first started, I gotta say was my favorite artist. Like this. When I first heard Exit 7 and like Phone Me, bro, I went crazy. I put that on repeat every day on my way to class, just walking and you know.
I appreciate it.
It's cool to see you guys all a part of the team because you guys are like my favorite artists from Connecticut, all in one
Appreciate
group.
that, man.
So I saw 1 second, sorry, I just messed that up. So why did you choose to change your persona from Tyler Farms to Nick Rose?
Man, I'd always kind of known from the beginning of when I took that name that it was going to be kind of like a temporary thing. It was going to be kind of like a phase of my persona where I was going to try to find myself and where I wanted to go in a direction. And Tyler Farms was just a name that was kind of personal to me because it's the name of the street
Yeah.
I've grown up on. But I knew it never really kind of had that, that stick, that kind of thing that would catch people's attention. And I always kind of had the desire to use my own name. So after I made Rosewood and the idea of, roses and all that kind of shit, it stuck in my head. And then finally I was just like, I got to be me. So now I'm Nick Rose.
Nick Rose. Perfect, man. So what is the purpose for the Japanese lettering as part of the theme of the album?
Man, I watched so many fucking Japanese movies and shit when I was making Rosewood. I was really into that shit. I was really
Subbed or dubbed?
Subbed.
Cool.
I fucked up, bro.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's more
come on.
official when it's like that.
Yeah, you gotta hear.
You just gotta read the
You gotta
entire
hear the
time.
real Japanese when you're listening to that shit. Like hearing like the English dudes like trying to act it out. It's not real. But no, and I was also getting really into like Quentin Tarantino movies at the time. He's one of my favorite
He's a G,
directors.
yeah.
Yep. So all that influence that's in his movies of Japanese shit, and I was dabbling in like animes and that kind of shit, and all that stuff was just super cool to me, and it inspired me for the aesthetic of the album. So
Awesome, man.
yeah.
So what's your personal favorite track off of it?
I mean, Money Collins a drab ass answer, but that shit fucking slaps.
Yeah.
That
it
shit's
right.
great. If it's not Money Collins, it's Vices. That's one of my favorite songs.
I was gonna say
ever.
Vices is my personal favorite. I think that's my favorite track you've ever released.
Appreciate that.
That-
Yeah, Vices was
That it
probably
was
the-
like
Vices
really
is probably,
personal.
Yeah, it's definitely like the realest track I've ever made.
I
in
felt it
terms
when
of-
you like at the first time I heard it.
Making Vices helped me cope with a lot of the shit I was going through.
Mm-hmm.
In the song I talk about a lot of the drugs I was doing at the time, my senior year of high school and all that kind of shit. But
Going down the path that you shouldn't.
going the path I shouldn't have gone down. But it was a good coping method to get out of that. But yeah, it's either that or Money Calling.
Cool. Man.
Yeah.
So we're gonna transition on to Interstellar Love. I know we season 3 we had you on and we talked about the whole album. I just want to ask a couple more questions. So the last time you're on the show, we talked about this. Now that it has been some time since you released it, what have you learned from this project?
I learned to think ahead from this project. I kind of, with this project, put all my eggs in one basket and try to make this shit the one. And when it kind of, I don't know, it like through time it's gonna serve, it's gonna be what it is. But I feel like, I don't know, it helped me tap into a side that I ain't know I had, and could produce a project where it's not just rap driven. I feel like it set me apart from any rapper. That
You were like executively producing the entire thing, I feel like.
Because before Outoftune was the collective, it was just like my girl gave me the name when we was arguing one day. She called me, she like, boy, you saw Outoftune and shit, like, and I was like,
And it rang with you.
That shit hard. Ran with it. She made B Tag the other day too.
Really?
Yeah, that shit hard.
Fire?
Yeah, I'm gonna hear that soon.
Which the first song that it's gonna be on? Are we allowed to know? Is there a single dropping?
That's for the shit. We can get along that in the interview. But
Okay, bet.
That's too
We'll get there. We'll get there.
So, what do you think is the most slept on song off the project, in your opinion?
Which one?
Off of Interstellar Love.
Slept on song? Sorry, Blonde.
Sorry, Blonde better than Lionel Richie's whole discography, bitch. Get the fuck at me. I was literally about. If you didn't say that, I was about to get on you.
Nah, bro. Sorry, Blonde. Yeah.
Boy, Sorry, Blonde.
Fucking great.
That's dope.
Yeah, that's the first record we actually co-produced together too.
Really?
Yeah.
Boy, bit.
That's cool. Got a little snippet of that. So, now we're going to go over to you, man, Flawless. So, can you talk about this Chris Brown placement? How did that come to fruition?
Well, I had been working as an engineer at a couple different studios in Connecticut, and it was just a bunch of people who kind of took it as a hobby. A lot of people weren't really that good, and it started to feel like a job at that point, and I was miserable recording shitty people for hours on it.
Yeah.
That shit was terrible. But I ended up linking up with these guys out of New Haven, The Breed. Shout out Rashad and YA. Those are my dudes. They kind of brought me in as their in-house engineer, working on a collaborative project called You and the Elm, which was 20-something artists all from Connecticut. So they brought me in to mix that, and I kind of just stuck around as the as the engineer of their studio, and we worked together for like 2-3 years, and they had a connection with Chris Brown.
Yep.
So one day they're just like, yo, make beats for Chris Brown. Like we got he's making an album. Like
That's crazy.
so I made like 20 beats, and one of them I was happened to be working on in the studio. And
That was On Me and Hangover. Sorry for interrupting.
No,
right?
yeah. On Me was YA and Snacks, and then Hangover was us three.
Okay.
So I was like finishing up the record, and Snacks had come in, and he was just like, this is it. Like, and he added some crazy like airy flute melody over the top of it, and we sent that off, and shit, the rest was history.
Bro, that's so cool. How does it feel to be a platinum producer?
I mean, if it feels, I feel like it affects other people
More than it affects
I feel
you.
affected by it. Like that shit is a blessing, but at the same time, like I like the connection of working like with an artist and like, actually being involved in like
the whole process of it.
Right. So like like it would mean just like even more to me if we were to get a platinum from
from Outoftune.
An Outoftune platinum would like mean the world to me.
That's so cool because you just see all the work going into it, and you were a part of it, and it would just mean a little bit more. I feel that.
Nah, definitely. Like, need a whole room full of them now.
Facts.
Coming.
Just the room plaques.
Nothing else in there except plaques.
Nothing.
So we're gonna go into Sinister 2 and how Outoftune started working at your house. So a couple months ago, we got the action-packed Sinister 2. Compared to Interstellar Love, what was different about it going into Sinister 2?
I had my girlfriend at the time. We had broken up over some dumb shit, and for like 2-3 months, I just locked myself in this room. I don't know, as soon as we broke up, like the next day, like I got pretty much hired as like an engineer at the studio down in Bridgeport. So I was working there, and like for me engineering for free, he would just like let me, rock out in the studio and shit.
Yeah.
And I knew I had another project because I wanted to be like 2 tapes say that year, so I wanted to keep my word. So I just went to work, man. I got my own room in there, started like engineering people just to like keep my head above water. But I don't know, I feel like all the action packed and pain and whatever you hear in that album, that's all real, because like those 3 months was like, I'll never forget those 3 months of my life. I mean, I smoke every day, so I forget a lot of shit, but those 3 months, like, nah. So
6 a.m. regrets says a lot.
It was a weird growing time.
How was it to see Extra pop up on the New York Apple Music playlist?
That was dope. That was really dope. It felt great. I don't know. It's cool because like when I left New York as a kid, and forgive me, like I just realized if you're talking about starting music, it's been since I was like 7 or like 8 too, because I was in piano and violin lessons and all that shit.
Cool.
But
That's actually dope.
Out of place because where I was, it was like kids was rapping and I was a kid playing piano and violin. You know what I mean? So I came here, and I always wondered like if people back home would like, fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know if my sound changed. Like, do I sound like I'm from New York? Do I sound like I'm from Connecticut? What do I sound like? Just worrying about the box that everybody, is kind of like
put you in.
And when he put me on that, when I got put on that shit, it was just a blessing, man. Shout out my boy Maine over at he was at RCA, now he at Dreamville Records. So
King Maine,
Wow.
yeah, so shout out Maine. He held me down with that one.
So was this around the same time that you guys started Outoftune?
Nah. Wait, what we talking about?
When Sinister 2 came out, or did you guys start Outoftune and like making the group a little bit before that?
I mean, Outoftune kind of started with really like Interstellar, because me and Say locked in for like a good 3 or 4 months. Like,
Was that when it was just you two, or did you have?
This was when I was working at the House of Vibe, and Say was coming in just for sessions. You know, and he came to me first. I came to him asking like, I told him, bro, you're a dope engineer and you're a dope producer. Can I train you to like back me up. Like,
Yeah.
I need you to do a session, and that kind of turned into us mixing Interstellar together.
Yep.
And that, you know, then I ended up moving to my spot in Hamden and just, you know, took all the bread that I had and put it into
The studio
the
over
studio
there.
in the basement. So, and then that was
That's
really
so
like
cool.
the forming of Outoftune. Is very-
Yeah. When did you guys start adding everybody?
In my head,
Yeah. Like, it's been a while. We would
You were
sit-
plotting. You were planning.
We would sit down there and be like, all right,
since
like,
the first day I met him, honestly, like I always knew that like, so like there's a certain tier of rappers that like if they got the streets behind them, it don't matter. Like they gonna go platinum all the time in the streets and they gonna feed their family off that shit. That's
Yeah.
cool and all. I don't bust to the streets that way for some reason. That's okay. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So I always knew that I needed a family.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? Even through like fuck the whole music shit real quick. Like just as a person,
Yeah.
I needed like friends. Like
You needed your boys.
yeah,
Someone you can count on.
hmm And shit, like when I met him, the same way like he was my idol, this was my first idol. Like
Mm-hmm.
so I knew wherever he went, I wanted to go. I knew wherever I went, I wanted him to come with me. So he was already tied in from my head, whatever
Yeah.
the Outoftune, whatever the name was gonna be.
Yeah.
And then Evan, actually I saw him first before I heard Evan, cause I was always hearing Evan.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw Nick at the show, as you said, and ever since that day, I knew like I knew like this kid is so smart. I don't even know if people like pick this up, so I'm gonna say it again for the niggas that's watching. Like he knew that the name that he started off with was gonna die, and he had to make a new one. He knew that shit.
Yeah.
He's 18 years old.
Right.
Not a lot of 18-year-olds can
I
know
mean,
that.
24-year-old dudes is making young whatever, and whatever they friends used to call him as a kid. This kid like beyond his years, like
Yeah.
And I saw that from back then, so I was like,
I noticed that when he was in high school, bro.
yeah.
You said knock it off.
Nah, for real though, he a genius, like,
Yeah.
He is a genius,
and
bro.
everything,
Little rascal.
like the music he appreciates, that
Yeah.
sometimes other people here just can't catch up to yet,
Mm-hmm.
or just won't sit down and just stay still for a minute and listen to, he will. So I can go talk
Okay.
to him about shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I also just want to input. I want to say sorry to Lionel Richie. I mean, Smile Little Crybaby is better than you, but you are a legend. So let me,
Heard
let me just take that back real quick.
Yeah. But
I've been thinking about that for like 10 minutes.
Shit, he's gonna see this.
Shout out Lionel.
nah, but Ev, my brother Hoops over at Western, he always plays me like music from like different people who we think I wouldn't like be listening to and shit. So he would always play this kid, and I can always hear that like the mix was, you know, like it sounded like the kid was starting off, but I know what a star sounds like starting off. You know what I mean?
You see the potential.
Absolutely, like out the roof, like, and he even blew my mind away with how much better he's gotten in a few months and shit. So when I heard that shit over time and time, he kept playing me more and more of his music. I'm like, yo, this kid, let me see what he looked like finally. And then I see him, and I'm like, all right, I see that. Like,
Yeah.
that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Right, them niggas like Oreos. I'm sorry. They both tall. He dark. He light skinned. That shit is just funny. They got the voices like angels. It goes
Nah,
down.
for real.
For real, man.
So yeah, shout out Rockstar if y'all hear Rockstar.
Yeah,
About his angelic
go play
vocals.
That shit's
bless
fire.
shit, yeah. But yeah. So around what was it like? Probably been like 5 months now. 6 months.
Yeah, back
So,
I
like
wanna
this-
say July.
Yeah, in July, while I was working for Interstellar. I mean, while I was working on Sinister too, he came and did a session with me, and we did a song together. And I just heard it, like, it made sense to me. Like, it was screaming at me, like, pull this kid in. So
Yeah.
Nick had already said, yeah. I gave him the call. He gave me a call 3 days later. I'm down.
Perfect.
Homie right here. This is my, like, it's really my little brother. Like, I met him around the same time I met B over
Yeah.
at House of Vibes. It was House of Vibes at SBI, and I was recording over there for a long time too. And so-
SBIS, surrounded by idiots.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. And he was running with them, and he just had this way of talking about situations that like I was. It's almost like you're looking in the mirror, but for some reason, sometimes your mirror reflection is smarter than you. Like,
Yeah,
he's
okay.
more clever than you sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So he just pushes me to like get more clever and shit.
Okay.
He knows his image. He never says it out loud, but everybody
Yeah.
that looks at him, you can tell. Like, and I love that shit. You know what I'm saying? My
I
girl,
don't know.
he does it every day, so he does. But my girl like love his music and shit. I swear to
Yeah.
God, we on the way playing my shit here, and we just listening. I put one song of his on. And that's honest. That's honest and
Yeah.
shit. Like I was one of the people that was like this, even to my own shit, rap
Yeah.
to this shit. So like, I'm just a fan. Like I'm a fan that wants to help.
That's cool. You guys are fans first, family next.
Like we're all fans of each other.
It makes it more real when you cut all the money bullshit out.
Yeah.
For real.
Like you guys are just making music because you guys want to make music together.
Right,
And that's the
yeah.
cool
Yeah.
thing.
Yep.
And it's fucking fire.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not bad music. It's fucking awesome
Feel me?
music.
Hell yeah.
All the time.
All the time.
So when did you guys first meet the Rhode Island crew, Ocean Music Group? I saw Tyler produced something on Smile Little Crybaby's tape.
Gang. Ocean.
Definitely family.
How y'all doing? I love y'all.
He knew Mikey before me. so he
Yeah.
can speak on
Okay.
that.
I
Yeah.
got kicked the fuck out the house. But I knew Mikey from like 2016
Okay.
at the Green crib. When Mike Green had a crib and we was all in that shit wildin'.
Wow.
I met them through fucking Ian French.
Shout out Ian French.
I love you too. I met him through Ian French because he was going to UNH at the time. And like they were students and he just pulled up to the crib. We just got mad cool and shit, honestly. Ended up getting kicked out. A few like 2 years later, he let me stay at his apartment at UNH. Mad illegal. Like I was there for a few months, making records, all that. Man, he just I love him, but like he's like a fucking brother to me.
Yeah.
Tyler came along, had the fire beats, Jay, just a fucking fire artist, period. Like they're just a good team together.
Great guys too.
Great guys. Like their energy just there, like their fucking heart is just there. I love it.
Like everything about when I interviewed them, I was like, wow, you guys got like they had probably the best connection I saw with like interviewees because they were just bouncing off
Yo,
each other, finishing
exactly.
sentences.
Yeah.
They're like childhood boys. It seems.
That's what I'm saying. Like from little ass kids, like now, like it's just crazy. Like
No, that's cool. I'm glad that Ocean and Outoftune are like boys because I saw a couple pictures of you guys all together in a room, and that was just like really cool to see.
Lil Mikey co-produced Sorry Blonde.
Really,
Yeah.
yo, Lil Mikey's nice. His voice is so unique.
yo,
Like
so different.
I've never heard something like it,
Shit is crazy.
and I think he's another person that is ahead of his time.
Yeah, and his lane of his own.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we got Lil Mikey on the Toon project.
Oh, really? That's awesome. So now we're gonna go into the success of Bloom. So how crazy was it to see Elevator post Bloom on their blog?
Man, that shit was crazy. I'm not even gonna front. Like I was fucking.
When I saw that, I was like, wow, that's
geeking.
awesome.
I was freaking the fuck out, bro. I checked that Twitter like every fucking day, and then just randomly I get a notification with my @, and I'm like, this is fucking unreal. Like,
Yeah.
I'm high. Like, but then shout out my boy Greg. Greg is on fire. He's a writer. He does his own playlists and he writes for Elevator. And he
Dope.
DM'd me like 3 days before it went up, and he was like, "Yo, Bloom is fucking awesome." I was like, "Thank you so much." And then I randomly just got the notification. It was up there, and I was like,
That's
"What
love
the
right
fuck?"
there.
That was love. That was straight up love, and I appreciate it so much.
Wow, bro. He heard it and he was like,
Yeah.
I like this thing. I'm gonna post about it. Like
Yeah,
it's not like you're like,
that
hey,
that
can you
is
do this?
So real of him to do. It's just
Yeah.
such a genuine thing, and I appreciate it so much.
Because you know, so many people are on there like, hey, listen to my music,
Yeah,
listen to my
exactly.
music, and he gets so many SoundCloud links every day. I bet,
Exactly,
and
yeah.
he went out of his way to listen to yours, tell you he fucked with it, and then write a
Exactly.
piece on it.
Yes,
So who did the horns on it?
I did the trumpet.
Really?
Yeah.
Bro,
I've
that's
done the
sweet.
trumpet on a couple of songs. All the songs I've had trumpet on, I've played the trumpet for.
So I got a quick question. How do you record a trumpet? Like,
I mean, not well, but essentially what you have to do is I use my vocal microphone, but you really have to like back it up. You have
Yeah.
to use a big ass room. You have to back it up, and then you turn up the gain a little bit, and you have
Okay.
to play around with the mix, and I just have to play it like 10 feet away so you don't blow out the microphone.
yeah.
Yeah. That's really all it is to it.
Wow. Okay, that's cool.
Also, we can't do that in the booth. Then.
Yeah, that's what
We
I was
definitely
wondering.
could,
Like,
bro. Nah, we can. I'm just gonna be playing from fucking Macaroni's litter box, but that's fine.
It's my cat.
okay.
It's my cat.
Mac inspired.
They're also a part of Outoftune.
Yeah, DJ Macaroni, platinum producer.
They helped with all the projects.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. That's really cool. So let's talk about the movement behind the self-titled album, Smile Little Crybaby.
Yeah.
So I asked this earlier with Nick's change of name, but why did you choose to move on from Misfit Muda onto Smile Little Crybaby?
Hey man, like he said, I knew the shit was gonna die too. It was like the phase. It was. And I hated that name. I don't know why it took
Really?
so long. I hated that name so much. It was trash. And then I got in a relationship. I dubbed it. A lot of shit happened. Hence the name. As you can see, I'm keeping it a whole buck. But that's me. That's all like feelings, honestly.
Yeah.
Anger, sadness, happiness, all that shit is just smile, little crybaby. I'm telling you what to do. Smile, little crybaby. Like it's a fucking eye catcher. You're gonna like.
It really is.
Exactly. Like.
So let's talk about the X video that was trending on Elevator. How did you first meet Cole Eckerly?
Hey, shout out to fucking Cole, man. He hit me up on Instagram.
Really?
He was like, yo, I fuck with you. I want to shoot. I got this record. What you think about it? He said, yo, this is the one. Let's do it. I'm like, fucking bet.
Yeah.
He pulled up on me. He's from fucking New York, Harlem. He
Yeah.
drove out to see me. Shout out to you for that. You didn't have to do that at all, bro. Like, that's all love for real. Like, he came to my neighborhood. We went down the street in the field, just shot that shit. My fucking, at the time, my parents were like renovating the second floor out, empty apartment. We shot there. It was just all fun. Like, it was perfect
That's
vibe.
fire.
It was all good.
And I remember seeing it like Elevator. Or was it Elevator? Yeah, they were doing that trending thing every week, and all of a sudden I see
Elevator, bro.
Smile Little
Shout out to
Crybaby
Liam,
at
bro.
number 1, bro.
Me,
I was like, damn.
I'm trying. that shit trash. I'm trying to do it again. I'm trying to do number 1 all the time. No, fuck that. We going up. Auto-tune.
Yo, so how cool was it to see Master Bruce to be placed in between Jaden Smith and Kid See Ghost off of Brockhampton's Things We Lost in the Fire Beats One radio
That's what it
show?
was. I know. I came from. I was asleep, bro. I was asleep. Nigga was tagging me. Everything. I woke up like, oh shit, this was going on. It felt crazy because I didn't even know what was going on for real.
Shout out Dom for
Yo,
that.
shout out fucking Dom. Dom, I'm coming for you.
He's amazing.
You already know.
Like he's so good.
Yo, I love you, dog.
He's a goat. But nah, and then I thought it was so smart that you released the video right after too.
I had to. I'm like, you know, fuck, I got it. I might as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
I did it one time before, and I took it down. So I'm
Okay.
like, you know, this is the perfect time to do it.
Yeah, because everybody's like, "What is this song?"
Exactly, like
They type it into YouTube and then it
Yo,
pops
right,
up. Like,
pop right up.
sounds like some ghosts. Holy
So I thought
shit!
it was a girl at first.
So, what's your personal favorite track off the album?
Honestly, Yonder.
That shit
I love
bumps.
Yonder. That's my favorite one. 'Cause
And why is that?
it means so much. It's from the heart. Like, it's just about, honestly, the last shit I've been going through, my study type shit.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, it just all on the table, really. That's my feelings right there. I felt like it was going to be, like, the number 1, but niggas really like Beyonce. People fuck with Beyonce a lot. And about
It's different.
that- yeah, like, and about that shit, I got that shit from, like, way, like, a jerkin producer. Like, I used to dance and shit, jerkin shit. So, like, I got that beat from, like, one of, like, the top jerkin producers. So that, like, that shit means so much to me.
Yeah.
Bottom of my heart, like, that shit is crazy.
It's a
like,
special one to you.
You feel me? Like, yeah.
I thought it was cool. You and Mike have been making music together for a while now. Can you talk about the evolution of your sounds and how you two have inspired each other to make some of your best work?
I met Mike through jerking. Really? Dancing, because we both used to dance, and he hit me on MySpace. That's on my We was both rapping on MySpace and shit. He hit me. I'm like, yo, you got some fire music, bro. He was like, fuck the music. Let's dance and shit. Like, meet up and shit. So he was like, dance. He had a crew called 4Q Jerks. And just from there, like, we just became brothers and shit, just like bonding. Music got better. He started teaching me shit. I teach him shit. Like, it's all love from there. Like, since little ass boys to like right now, grown ass men. Like,
That's
it's
so
all
cool.
Back to back love.
And 2019 Mikey is disgusting,
Yo, he
bro.
coming back hard, yo.
Like,
yo,
holy
Mike
shit.
come back hard, yo. Hard.
I saw like a couple of his newer songs and I was like,
Yeah.
bro, like what?
Yeah.
He sounds like, and he recorded all these in 2018. He just like dropping
Drop
them
him,
whenever.
yo. He got so much fucking content. It's ridiculous.
So will you be featured on Dead Boy? Any of you guys? Do you know? Oh, it's a secret. Okay, cool.
And from I don't
We
even
don't
know.
speak
So
for this man. Just let him
even
do it.
know.
Just let him work his magic.
I'm gonna see what he gonna
Perfect.
do. I don't even know.
So, other than Outoftune, who were some notable producers that helped make the project? I saw Red Drum, Ian Francis. Any others?
Red Drum, Ian Francis, Isis, myself, High Key. I produce X and Red Dad. Ha 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 ha.
Tyler
Shout
too.
out SB, Tyler. Really, all that's it. I like keeping like all like close now. So I don't like fucking with like new niggas and shit. I like keeping
Yeah.
everybody I've been fucking with really.
People that know your sound and know like
Feel me?
what you
Exactly.
want.
Exactly. I hate fucking everybody new and I gotta tell them what to do. Like, no, nigga, just bring me the product so I can finesse it. That's it.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
So I remember seeing you tweet about how someone pressed you for using your cars instead of getting rentals.
Some bullshit.
So
I
can
was
you
on
talk about
Facebook.
how important it is to be authentic in the industry nowadays?
Be yourself. 100% be real. I was on Facebook scrolling, chilling. Somebody's mad I'm using my own car in my own video. I'm not about to sit here and rent a car that I'm not about to fucking drive the next day, bro. Nah, just be yourself. You're gonna spend so much bread that you're gonna waste. Just invest that shit in yourself at the end of the day. You don't gotta like do anything for nobody, bro. Like just be true to yourself. That's it. I'm telling you, you get so much farther than that. Yeah.
Yeah. No, literally. So what does Outoftune embody?
Exactly what Muda just said. Being yourself, not caring,
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
and waiting for your wave to come.
Okay.
It's like we in tune, but we're all out of tune.
Yeah, of
Something
course.
crazy.
So what is different from Outoftune compared to other emerging music groups out there? If someone asked you that question, what would you say?
We all do everything.
Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, self.
Everybody has something to do with something in everybody's music, right?
Well, yeah, and the fact is, like, to be completely 100% honest, we don't need each other to be an artist.
Yeah.
Muda didn't need me. I kind of need Muda, but, you know. But now at this point in our career,
Yeah.
in all of our careers, like we have the tools to.
You could do it solo, but it's even better when you do it together.
And it's super honest, like, yeah, but it's better together. So.
I like that. So when are we getting projects from Ian and Evander? Who wants to answer first?
Well, I mean,
Any
it's-
solo?
There's solo projects definitely are coming in 2019. I'm not gonna say when exactly, but I will say, you know, our group project that we got coming out. I
That's
got
the
a
Book
lot
of Tune,
I'm on
right?
a lot of the songs. So and Ian is on like I think 4 or 5. So like
Okay.
you know you're gonna hear a lot of our music definitely in the future. Coming forward definitely next month. Probably gonna be putting out a few singles before the actual group project comes out too. So
Okay, cool.
and then beyond that, we're just gonna you know take it day by day
Mm-hmm.
and keep working how we are. And I'm sure if we keep going at the pace we're at, we'll have you know solo projects done.
Yeah, we got a real like organic workflow. Like we don't really, when we make records, we're all just chilling, like vibing.
It's just hanging out to you guys.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
never like, oh,
It's
we got to
so
make a
easy.
record for Ev for his project. It's like, Ev has a Ev had a verse on that record. He could probably like finish that, and that could go to him.
Yeah.
Or like, this is never. Everything happens just so organically. It's
Never
great.
forced.
It's never
Yeah,
forced.
Never.
I like that. That's what's so important about you guys. It's like you guys show, like you said, organicness to it.
And I'll just say too, like another thing, you know, about our group as a whole, everybody's so like we talked about, everybody's so versatile. And I think you know, on our when everybody hears the group project, you know, you're gonna realize how versatile we really are. Like, you know, Nick put out a song like Bloom, but I guarantee you're not gonna be ready for what's coming on the out of tune, on the Book of Tune tape. So
Yeah.
you know, I mean, I'm like, it's really gonna be crazy when everything drops. And you know, I know we're all excited for it, but
Yeah, that's
you know,
dope.
you gotta be strategic. So that's where we're at right now.
And I know Outotune's the best thing I got because I haven't been that cocky about an unreleased record, and it's not even my own.
For real.
I had nothing to do
See,
with
that's
that one,
dope.
honestly. And it's like,
And you know, like I will say, like as you know, artists, like we're all our own artists, you know, but we're
You're all different, but you're all like
Yeah.
put together in like the same. You guys work together.
Exactly.
Like
yeah,
Mama worked.
Like it's like everybody, you know, as an artist, you need a team. You know
Yeah.
what I mean, at the end of the day, no matter what you want to say, it's hard to just do it, get it by yourself. So, with all of us, we each have our own team, and we're all, like a family, and
Yeah.
it works. So
It's weird, like how, because granted, like some of us are similar, like me and him are similar, but how we're different is how him and him might be similar.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I like
so,
that.
Like, we all intertwine in our own different ways.
It's like a neural net. Everything, like you said,
You
intertwining.
feel it, like me and B finish each other's notes, like words, sentences, ideas, like whatever, like current thing that we're talking about is. If you see it, like you should come to.
You're just one brain. No, of course, bro. I want to get out there more, especially with you guys. Like, if you guys have events, like I wanted to make it to Toonfest, but we had finals that week. I'm pretty sure. So
I did too.
yeah, you're crazy for that.
I didn't do too well.
Nah, we're definitely planning on, doing a lot more. Come in the near future, shows as many as we could get. Like we're ready. We're grinders. Like we got so much music already that it's just like we're ready.
It's 2019. It's here.
2019.
It's time.
We got a Southern show March 21st.
Really?
Yeah, whole
Oh,
lot
yeah.
of Tune gang. gonna be
March
there. All of
21st, whole lot of out of tune. Southern Connecticut State University.
Vente uno.
Connecticut.
March 21st. Don't forget it. We turning it up.
Is there anything you'd like to say, Ian?
And let the music talk.
You just listen a lot.
Records don't talk.
So, can you talk about how Toonfest came to fruition now?
I mean, we had a lot of music that we had started to, stockpile, and like it got to the point where we were like we had to start thinking about like the next phase
Mhm.
of Outoftune. And like one of the first things that like I noticed about Say was like his ability to like connect with people in a crowd, or like even whack.
Being an extrovert.
Yeah, but like especially his stage presence, like
Mhm.
even in like a small like little packed side room, like he would have everyone
Everybody
in there
jumping.
just vibing.
Say's
to
the
his
best
music.
performer I've ever seen in my life.
Don't matter.
Hey.
what.
That's facts.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not.
mean,
I don't care. Like
perform.
I've been to concerts, bro. Say when he gets on the stage, he has a different energy.
Yeah.
He'll bring things out of people who shouldn't even be in that fucking crowd.
Yeah.
They should be in their fucking bedroom not doing shit, but he'll get them jumping.
A pastor
He'll-
gonna be
For real.
lit.
Don't let Say see you standing in the crowd. bro.
Yeah.
Let me tell you that.
You done.
It's gonna be a problem.
Nah, but like we had done a listening party, and it was at the Bridgeport studio, and it like wasn't the best conditions, and
Mhm.
like, we just said, I'm like, bro, like you're too good to do what you've been doing. Like it's time to like just take that next step and like
Mhm.
don't look back. Like venues only, like getting paid for shows, all like everything.
Yeah.
So, we actually he had a Muda and Say had a show together
Mhm.
at this new spot called the State House in New Haven, and it was it was lit. There was like 150 people there. Like it was a nice new venue.
Yeah.
So like during the show, I just went up and talked to the owner and was like, I need the next date. Like what's the down payment? Like I'll pay right now.
Yeah.
Like, give me the next open date.
Just let me know.
Yeah. So then, it was like the next open day was like a month from that day, and
Mhm.
we pretty much shifted gears and like
Planned it out.
yeah.
Sweet. Will it become an annual event, or do you think Toonfest was just one?
I'd like to have it be an annual event.
That'd be cool.
It's our job to get to that next level by
Yeah.
the time that
Like for
event
the
comes
state
around.
specifically and shit.
Right.
Like, some,
Mhm.
like not even. Sometimes we won't even be on the shit.
Okay.
Yes.
Like you just want to put on for
Put
everybody.
on, like,
Yeah.
yeah.
For
That's
real,
dope.
That's all that matters.
So, talking about the Book of Tune, what can we know about it?
It's gonna be fire.
It's gonna be fire. It's gonna be. I feel like it's really gonna be a journey. When you hear it, it's gonna be like a journey of each of us, kind of where we've been at over the last, 4 or 5 months of our lives. Like you could hear a lot. I talk about a lot how much my life has changed, over the last few months. We have personal songs on it, and then we got, absolute club
Bangers.
bangers on it.
Yeah.
Shit that's just gonna, you have no choice but to start rocking your head. That's it. And like, I really think that when it drops, people are gonna realize, what we're doing is more than just working as artists individually in a group. You know what I mean? It's more like we're really trying to like change the game, and we are without even knowing it. So, but from the music standpoint, like, it's all fire, and it's all what our hard work from the last 4 or 5 months, and it's all I can't wait for y'all to hear it. Honestly, like me
That's
personally,
cool.
I put a lot of work into it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So like,
It means a lot to all you guys. It
it
looks
means a
like.
lot to all of us, but like just like how things worked out, like Muda was working on his project at the same time, but still doing music. Like it's we've been working OD, so I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all take like it's crazy to see how like none of us have seen any professional money from it, but
Yeah.
literally like he just said, Muda was working on his project and still found time to get his records like to us. He's been working on his own thing, still found time to get his records to us.
Yeah.
And me personally, and B is treating this shit like, oh my god, like
And B has been
the
spazzing.
general, like,
Yeah.
for real, the general.
Spazzing.
Killing it. All the production on it is just like everything that I've heard from you guys has just been like crystal clear.
Thing.
Everything sounded great.
That's big.
Yeah. And
That's
it's
so
really,
important,
yeah,
man.
so
People don't
valuable.
even. Well, people are starting to give producers and engineers credit, but like, you guys are so important. Like, it means a lot.
Yeah, quality of what you hear definitely. I mean, that's kind of like what we pride ourselves on. It's just sounding the best.
Yeah.
Like sonically and having good music.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, like, speaking to that, like, besides a lot of us being artists, because we also engineer and we all
Yeah.
produce to a certain extent too, so we all have those different mindsets always going in the studio together. So
You all have a vision of what
Yeah.
is supposed to be the outcome.
right,
Yeah. But it's not too far from like what the mix is supposed to sound like. We're never always thinking like, oh, it should sound this way, or and someone else be nah, it should be this way. It's pretty close every time.
Yeah.
So it's an easy conversation every time.
Cool. That's dope. So for our next section, it's discography details. So I'm gonna list off a couple song names from first Outoftune, then I'm gonna go to Say, Smile Low, Crybaby, Nick Rose, Evander, then Ian, and just whatever pops up in your mind when I first say the song name. Talk about it, like maybe what happened the night when you recorded it, what was the reason why you wrote it, anything that pops in your mind. So first, as a group, Mama.
The birth of Outoftune.
Yeah, Mama, man. That's what's crazy is with Mama. The hook for that. I had a whole other song that I had made on my own, and it was like it was slower. It was like I think we're all doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I used that same verse, and then I heard the beat, and I was like, yo, like this is way more fire like this. So I just laid it down, and then it was the first time we all really got in the room together. And like actually like put in work in the same room together, and like I laid down the hook, and then Say spaz, Muda spaz, and it was really the birth of Outoftune, like he said. Like after that, we were like, it's like, this is easy and it's fun, man. So like let's keep doing this shit. And then it got to the point where, it's work, but at the same time, like it's our lives. Like we all care about each other deeply. We all want to see each other succeed. So,
That's sweet. What about besties? Who wants to talk about it?
you gonna talk about besties?
Trouble.
man. That was the first day I popped out to B's crib. That was Ev came up to UConn, drove me back there. I met everyone for the first time. That was the first record I think I recorded on with you guys.
Yeah, no,
and
it was. It was
he was playing the beat and I wrote that shit and I think I did it in like 1 or 2 takes and then you guys were like, you don't have to go back in there. So I was like, okay.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
We hadn't heard that side of you yet, really.
Yeah,
I hadn't heard that side of you,
Yeah.
man. If there's one thing I really get from being in the group, like just on like a kind of like a flex thing, like they make me rap. Like when I get to B's crib, like I want to rap. Like
It's like that competitive nature
yeah.
because you know they're gonna come
being
with a
in
good
the room
verse.
with all of these dudes makes me competitive. Like
In a good way too.
in the best way. In the best way. Like these are all my brothers. I want them to succeed more than me, but at the same time, like I feel like every day I come with a chip on my shoulder and I have to like continually prove to them that like I am what I am worth of the group.
Are you the
So-
youngest one of the group?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got
Yeah.
that mentality too.
Yeah, I got that little brother mentality. Like I gotta be able to beat you up too. So that's what it is.
So what do you guys do with your egos, real quick, before I go on to the next thing? Did you throw them out the window?
Get
before?
rid of them.
Check them at the door.
Check 'em, bro.
Shit.
Yeah, man.
That's so.
That's the way you gotta grow.
Yeah, you
Like,
can't be fronting. You can't just be like
It's
acting.
bigger
big.
than any one of us. That's
Mhm.
just what it comes down to.
And we attract a lot of people because they like working with us. They like us as people. Like they just fuck with us in general. Like not even musically. Like I feel like that's
That's the most important part about making music is feeling
Yeah.
genuine with the people that you're with.
Yeah.
I agree.
Like
100%.
if you're sitting there and like you send over a verse to somebody that you don't really know just so you got $20 in your bank account or in your Venmo, it's not the same.
It's not
grind.
real.
Yeah,
It's not real.
You didn't make the memories that night. You didn't do anything. You just went and recorded. So I feel that. So what about Bitch Don't featuring Kados? This is your track, right? Or is it Out of Tune?
It's not Out of Tune.
Okay, that's Out of Tune.
Um,
Kados is nice.
Kados is nice.
Smoking a blunt in the movie.
Kados kind of taught me what the club looking for.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I felt like that was. I knew sometimes like I can't talk about things I haven't been in the street. Like I've been around like street shit, but like I ain't gonna lie. I had folks that made sure I was inside, and you know I just had friends that was around and shit. So, but when it comes to the club shit, I ain't understand that one because I ain't a club nigga. I like to be inside with my girl and shit,
Yeah.
chilling or making music. That's it. But I knew at the same time to be a professional in this shit, you gotta go figure out something. Like if someone demands something for me, so yeah, that's pretty much not why me and Kados linked up, but that was the beneficial part of why when me and Kados linked up.
That's cool. How about Hardy Boy? This one's a banger.
I perfected the club sound.
Yeah.
Next level.
Well, I mean, in terms of Hard Boy, I remember the first time I heard that, Say had just started working on it, and well, I heard them working on the beat actually,
Oh,
and like I'll let you talk about it in a minute, bro, about the beat. But like I heard the beat immediately, I was like, yo, like this will turn you up everywhere. You be in the library, this shit will get you turned up. You know what I mean? So yeah, I did my shit on that right as soon as I heard it, and you know after that, you know, Butter got on it. Shout out Butter.
Shout out Butter.
For real, Butter been working with us a lot. But I mean, Butter got on it, and we played. I remember the first time we played that back, we were like, whoa, like this is hot. You know what I mean?
Was that in a bonus track to Sinister 2, or was that just a single after?
yeah. I mean, at first it was just a track that we had finished because I had a whole nother bonus track that we were supposed to put out. But B just played that shit. Ocean was there the whole time, and I think Nick was just on his way out. And when I heard the beat, I was like, I got an idea. And what I like to do is just go and hum the shit out. Like a lot of people like to write, and I fuck with those people. I like people who write down their shit. I'm not the same as you, so I
There's
admire
different
that
types of
shit.
artists,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Yeah.
Absolutely.
But me, I gotta go in there. I gotta go sound stupid a couple times before like it sound good. But I know what it sound like before and all that shit. But while I'm doing that, I'm going and Nick going up the stairs or down the stairs, and I think I yell at him or something because he's stomping on the stairs, the booth right under the stairs and shit.
Yeah.
And he's like, "What? You didn't even say anything right there." And I was like, "I'm gonna show you what I said." Like, I'm gonna show you what I said. And he was leaving, and he came back to that song, and he was like, "All right." So like, going back to that competitive nature, that's like the most beautiful, competitive nature you can have. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna prove you right more than I'm gonna prove you wrong. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll prove myself right. I don't know. It's equal. It's equal, and it just works. Like, and that's how that song was birthed.
How about Rockstar? You guys were talking about this earlier. That one's fire.
Rockstar, yeah. I mean, for that, Say, you know, he did his thing. I heard it. It was when, you know, a lot of when you're working every day, like you're gonna hear a lot of the music before it comes out. So you know, I would hear him working on it every day. I would listen to it, and then it got to the point where he was like, "Yo, Ev, I want you to do like a little bridge behind some of my vocals here." I originally did like a little take myself. He said we were gonna change it up a little bit, you know, and we changed it up and it came out fire. It was kind of like you know, with the reverb and everything, you know, with the effects and everything, at first it wasn't what it was, and then we sat down. I sat down with B, Say was there too, and we just, you know, we really made it what it was, and came out fire. And you know,
I wasn't there the second time.
he wasn't. Nah, yeah, he wasn't there the second time I recorded it, but you know, we were there definitely for a mix on it, and I will say too, I'm definitely, you know, grateful for that too, you know, because I know how much time and effort Say put in on that album.
Yeah.
And you know, just to be on it is a blessing because.
And to be on one of the like lit songs, like Rockstar is definitely one of my favorites.
And Hardy Boy too, you know.
Oh yeah.
Bonus track, like I honestly owe Say a lot, you know, because those are some fire records, and I know how talented he is. So, but I like to think with that kind of sound and energy, you know, I'm gonna be coming more with a lot of that in 2019 for sure.
So
and that's the thing too, especially with like even saying Rockstar, because I don't want any of them to ever think that like nobody owe me nothing. Like I wouldn't. It's not selfish, but I wouldn't do nothing if I didn't know how I was gonna get paid back. Like so,
exactly.
The talent of that feature that he put on that shit, like that's all I needed, bro. Like I needed that. It's not like trying to help. Like you were the thing I was looking for. Like if the Weeknd was in the room and the Dream was in the room, guess who I'm picking? You, boy. Like I needed you on the song. So that's pretty much how it is.
That's awesome. Well, while we're staying with Evander, how about Loverboy?
Loverboy, man, yeah. So like I think we talked about it a little bit before, but you know, when the first time me and Say actually got in the same room for a session, I had at the time I was just messing around with Logic, just recording myself in Logic. Like I said before, I used to always just use GarageBand, record myself like awful mixes.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like whether I liked it or not, you know, it's practice.
Yeah, I was about to say practice.
So I mean, it definitely got me where I am today. But in terms of Loverboy, like it was quick. It was just like we got in there. I had the song written. I had the beat. I had bought the beat. And you know, we just got to work. I did the first half because the beat switches up crazy in that. I did the first half of it, and then we got to the switch up, and we were like, I was thinking. I remember we were just sitting there, and I was like, "Yeah, you can hear yourself on this?" And he was like, "Hold on." Sat back. 10 minutes later, he's like, "Yeah, all right, I got you." So yeah, like it was really fluid. He did his thing. We kind of just ended up going back and forth at the end in the studio. I had my boy Jake down there too. Shout out Jake. So he was definitely in the room, adding to the creative process. But you know, with that song, it was really just so, I feel like so easy, like to the point where we were like, damn, we have this record now. Like, why stop here, you know? And that's when he ended up actually calling me. I had just started classes at Central, and he was like, "Have it's time." You know what I mean? Like,
do you still go to Central right now?
I do, yeah. I'm going part time.
Yo, we go to CCSU as well.
Yeah. No, I think honestly, I seen you around campus before.
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny. You gotta come to our apartment sometime.
No, yeah, bro. I'm around. I'm like I said, I'm in, you know, I'm in Portland, so it's not even far from New Britain anyway. So
it's like 20, 30 minutes, something like that.
But
That's dope. What about 40 Rain?
40 Rain.
It's just one of my favorites.
Yeah, 40.
That's music to commit crimes to, bro. That's
Yo, let me just say
different.
something. Let me just say something real quick. When I was doing the music video for 40 Rain, shout out Jay Boynton. If like definitely cause my boy Jay goes to Syracuse, but he did the video for me. If he's around, he's definitely around in the summer, so you need a video. He's fire. He goes to school for it, you know what I mean? So he's official. But I will say that, you know, when we were doing the video, we ended up almost getting the cops called on us. And it was like wild. I'm like, nah, like, you know, it's just for entertainment, you know what I mean? But like we were across from some apartments. We had people coming out the apartments. Like this dude came out yelling in like his boxers at me, like wild shit. But nah, but like yeah, we just did that shit real quick. Got out of there.
It looked like you were fucking killing the dude at the gas station. That's why.
No, for real. They see me pop out the whip and the ski mask and the and the beater, and they were like,
dead
"What the
body,
fuck
bro."
going on?"
I swear it's a music video.
No, yeah, but like at the end of the day, like even anybody who asks me, they're like, I'm like, you know, like at the end of the day, we're entertaining people.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm a very creative person, and you know, I like to expand my horizons per se. You know, I like to step out of my comfort zone and do stuff like that. So that video we had a lot of fun doing it. We actually were gonna do another scene. We didn't get enough time, but in terms of the music, that was a record that I was kind of like, I was on some shit one night, and I was like, you know what, let me just rap, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of the times I'll be sing rap, and I'll be doing like,
very melodic.
Yeah, melodic stuff, and like, you'll definitely hear, and like, even just like alternative stuff too, you know what I mean? Like, I fuck with that stuff too, but I really was like, you know what, let me rap on this shit, and it just ended up
fire.
It just ended up coming out fire. I came up with a hook. The beat was crazy because the beat starts right away, and then it goes down, and then it goes in again.
Yeah,
so I was like, you know what,
that's perfect.
let me just record the hook over the drop, and then throw it back at the beginning, and then, you know what I mean? So it just ended up working out like that, and came out fire, and then, B did a mix on it, bodied it, and we put it out there, and the video, so.
Dope, man. So, Smile Little Crybaby, let's start with Dream.
Roll all the bean.
Make a bitch scream.
Damn, what? Shit.
Memories full? Is that getting all of it?
When I rated the record, but I know I did it, though. I definitely did. Damn, when I rate that song?
That's solid.
We did the video, though, at Southern. I can tell you that.
Okay.
I can definitely tell you that. We went to Southern. It was on break, so no cars was there. We just pulled up. Me, 20, Mike Green. Shout out to 20, out 20 Cal. Just pulled out like, yo, shoot this shit real quick. We here. Might as well. Fuck it. But I don't remember my recording process at all. I make so many songs, bro. It's just there. I had to choose like over a lot of songs just want to pick my album type shit. So it was like a lot. I probably did that song like last year. High key, I don't remember nothing.
Damn. So what about Master Bruce, the big one?
I remember that one. I recorded that at Lil Mikey crib when I got kicked out. Man, I love that record because everybody love it too. Man, that energy is just crazy on that. You hear through the ad-libs, the verse, just that record is hard.
Should get you hyped.
I feel like that should be on like a action film.
Did Ian produce that?
That's John Wick 3 music right there, bro.
Crazy. You feel me? Like, yo, John Wick 3. John Wick 3. John Wick 3. Master Bruce. Holla.
That's so funny. And how about cameras?
Cameras, yep. Recorded cameras at Lil Mikey crib too. I was just in the filming. I was on Instagram looking at fucking red drum shit. I went on his fucking website, heard some beats I like, copped like 3 or 2, fucking made that. I'm like, I need something to shake the females' asses. I had to make cameras. You feel me? You feel me? I had to feel me get the club shaking.
Red drum.
I mean, yeah, like that's just for me fire. Like, I need that club banger, so I just made that shit.
Awesome. So Nick, how about Money? No, we already did Money Calling. We talked about that enough. Flight Club.
Flight Club.
That one's fire. That breakdown.
Oh yeah. Flight Club. I started that record right before I made the name change. That was like I actually recorded. That was the first song I recorded at UConn in my dorm. I made the beat and everything in my dorm with my setup. That song was just me, just kind of experimenting. I don't really do that kind of auto-tune vibing out stuff, But that was me really trying to get my feet wet in that. And the beat switch up was just literally all I did was reverse the sample I used in the first half of the song, and then I changed the key of it, and then I just put a slightly different drum pattern over it. And people think they're like 2 completely separate beats, but it's really just the same beat. I just reversed one. And then, I was just talking about the same kind of drug use shit at the end that I was talking about on songs like Vices. Yeah.
What about Stockholm? It's
Stockholm,
right?
man.
Yeah.
I'm a sad motherfucker, man. I'm tired. I've been pretty sad, man. Stockholm, at the time I wrote that like last like just around this time last year. At that time I had just broken up with my girlfriend of like half a year. I was in like a real dark place, doing a lot of the drugs I've talked about before, and I was at the time I'd rediscovered Frank Ocean's cover of At Your Best by Aaliyah on the Endless album, and the chords in Stockholm are just like a slight variation of the chords from the Aaliyah song. And I really just freestyled that, all the
Really?
lyrics real quick. Like that shit just came straight out of my heart. Like, and then I was fucking crying recording that song, man. I'm not gonna front. Like
The emotions were
that
pouring
dead
out of
ass
you.
is probably like the most emotional song I've ever made.
Mm-hmm.
Like that shit really was crazy to me, and I still feel it every time I listen to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It brings you back to that
It brings
time.
me back to like a really dark time, but I'm glad I made it to reflect on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing thing about music, man.
Yeah.
For real.
It's like the perfect escape when you need something.
Yeah.
That's so cool. And then how about company? We talked about it a little, but
Yeah. Company, I had that little piano sample I laid down, and that was literally just around when SZA's album dropped,
yep.
and I was like,
Control, right?
it's so good. And I was just like really on my R&B shit, and I was just like, I want to start singing because, you know, up until that point, I kind of dabbled in the singing on like the last album, Purple November, the first one.
Yeah.
But like I was like, I want to show people like I can really sing. So I wrote that hook really quick, and that hook was inspired by The Weeknd. This is a song, like just like the vibe of
Really?
it. That's what I was inspired by, and I ended up putting that record together just about in like 2 hours, and then I held on to it for a little bit, dropped it, and then also the video was shot by me too at the time.
Mhm.
I shot that.
Were you doing it on iPhones?
Yeah, that whole project. I shot the videos for Company and Unavailable all on my iPhone.
And was it in Chicago?
Oh no! The Chicago video, that was the Oh Dear one I put out for a little
Okay,
bit. Yeah. Me and my brother, we went to. My dad was living out in Chicago for about a year for work, so I didn't see him a lot. And then one weekend in the summer, I went with my family to go visit him, and we were just fucking around, walking around the city. And I was like, bro, if we could do one of those like one-shot things, walking through the
Yeah.
city where I'm just rapping, like that would be sick. So then me and my brother just shot that in the middle of Chicago, which was cool.
Bro, that's so cool.
Yeah.
And that's family ties too.
Yeah, that's family ties too. That's some real shit.
Cool, man. So Ian, what about Ageless?
Ageless is, I think, my first release, self-produced.
Mm-hmm.
B helped me a little bit with that too. He did the mix. The energy is just like, I kind of wanted to do a single to set the energy of what I wanted my tape to sound like.
Okay.
And I was doing everything like just on booty sounds.
Yeah.
So luckily, got him. But yeah, that was kind of, the energy was on edge for the song, and that's how everything was at the time around it. Like I think it was like the week of the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like sent him the session.
Yeah.
Like I had been missing a bunch of sessions I was supposed to pull up with him. I was like, this nigga's probably not even fucking with me. Like 2 days before the show, he sends me like a finished version.
Yeah,
of it.
mastered
I'm like,
version.
shit.
Fire.
But yeah, that's the story about that one.
What about A Lot?
That's a pretty old one. That's me,
That's you, Mike, and
Mike and Butter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that was a session with B back when
Yeah.
we were
Okay.
at the old studio when it was the
Back in
double
Bridgeport?
sides. Nah,
Or
it was-
that was in New Haven?
It was West Haven.
West Haven, okay.
But it was with the SBI, and
Yep.
we had the breed on the other side. That was just a vibe that night. I feel like that beat probably wasn't even supposed to end up mine. But it did.
Showed up
Like,
at the right time.
Literally all I have is the chorus on that song. Like,
Yeah.
Mike and Butter did verses. Like it was the DJ Khaled song. I didn't really do much on it, but it was still mine somehow.
What about Okay?
That was another one.
what a hit, bro.
Yeah, that's actually that the one that everybody hears, that everybody loves. Like that shit is literally, it's a reference track. Like,
Really?
it's not finished. Like I revisited the song like months after like everybody was out of that studio,
Yeah.
everything split up. I know the session was like nowhere to be found. I was like,
Damn.
bro.
I
Drop it.
vouched for that song. Vouched for that song.
Yeah.
That song. Once I heard like a snippet of that on like his Twitter,
Yeah.
and I DM'd him like 5 times, like, bro,
Drop that
send me that song.
Yeah,
Not even
a lot-
drop it. No,
You just want to hear
I
it.
want it. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
A lot of people like that way before.
Yeah.
And like it sat. It was sitting, and everybody pretty much knew about it a long time before it dropped. Yeah.
That's sweet, bro. And then what about Pop Tarts to end it off?
That's one of my faves.
Yeah.
I recorded the whole thing at the end of my bed without waking my girl up,
Really?
and I wanted to get up to get some food,
Yeah.
but the only thing that was right there was a Pop-Tart. So But yeah, recorded. I had the beat. I was working overnight at the time. I literally had just got home. It was like 6 in the morning, bro. I'm like,
Yeah.
just like smoked like 2 roaches, and like my girl is knocked already, and I'm like, shit, like she be wild. So, but I was fucking with the beat. Like I had to do that. I recorded the whole thing without waking her up. I don't know.
That's
but
fun.
actually, nah. I revisited some of it. Most of it.
Yeah. Let's do it, man. So now we're going to go into future endeavors in the outro. If you guys could restart your music career while keeping the knowledge you have today, what would you do differently? Anybody can say it.
Nothing. Everything that paid us, we needed it.
You learned everything?
I mean, learn everything. There's still stuff that we need, that we know is gonna hurt. So we're not gonna try to walk around it. We gotta go through that shit.
You gotta go through that shit.
You go through that shit.
Yeah, man. I think it's crazy because everything really does happen for a reason, and if we were to go back and do it a different way, we probably wouldn't all be here the same way how it is now, and I wouldn't trade that for the world, man. So, just like I said, take it day by day, and it's all gonna work out, and it's on its own. So
I like that.
That for the road, crank that though. Can't front.
definitely,
Drake?
that's the best answer out of them all. Man.
Yeah.
Muda?
New drip is
Muda?
It's like the Soldier Boy.
That man who was jerking in 2009, Muda?
He be having mad viral videos on Vine. Like that's how I heard about Mood. I saw him on Vine.
Yeah. What? Didn't you have that one where you like scream "fuck"?
Bro, they need to cut that
Bro.
check, bro. They need to cut that check.
I told this story
Run my
at
boy his
school
check,
2
man.
days ago to
People
all my friends on my
ringtones.
floor.
I'm a mod.
Dude,
mod in
This
Fallout.
dude's life is a fucking movie, bro. He starts out as a Vine star. Now he's making hot ass songs. You know,
can really dance,
it's
too.
like it's
Still
fun.
got the move. I'm chilling because I'm
Sauce. That's so funny. So I saw you and B over at Sony. Is there anything you can talk about that, or is that all confidential?
Nah, it was just a meeting.
Just a meeting. You guys trying to get Outoftune to become like your own record label, or are you just?
Oh, it is. I mean, well, right now it's our own management company, but probably some sort of imprint situation on a label that's a bit more advanced. Maybe that's some type of goal. Right?
I say our goal is definitely to be able to, to get funded by a big label, to be given like a developmental label to basically operate our own way.
Kind of like YSL.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, that's a good example. But we can do everything ourselves, and Outoftune is meant to go beyond all of us sitting here as well. Like we're trying to lay out a platform for, people that Nick or Ev or Muda say they found a younger artist that they fuck with. We want to have a system in place where
You can help put them on.
Right, people we fuck with can be brought in, and we can actually provide value to them in a way that's gonna further their career. That's kind of where we see this heading towards.
That's so dope. You guys are like the real bosses of this world.
Facts.
So, what's next, both for Outoftune and then individually?
Let's go down the line.
My main thing is I'm gonna do a video for at least 2 singles off my project before that drop. But everything is book a tune first.
Okay.
We gotta set everything for that, and then solo projects. We just met with Guy for Visuals. That's not to be talked about, but it's gonna be a lot. For my solo project, I waited. Like nigga said, I'm sitting in the back right now. You feel me? I'm cooling. But
You're just gathering more information. You're learning.
He's leveling up. He's going 9,000.
Yeah,
No one knows about it.
I like
Definitely
that.
making him a beast.
What about you, man?
For future, book a tune. That's pretty much just putting the finishing touches on that, making sure every single is as good as the one before it.
Yep.
Personal stuff. Yeah, I'm working on some music videos, some visuals. I'm kind of slacking right now, honestly. I make too much music and then forget about the whole visual aspect of it, so I gotta start diving back into that again. And I got at least for people that we've been working with, I got some stuff coming out with Little Kitty, at least on my production side.
He's nice.
Little Kitty's fire. Lil Kitty. I got well, me and B, shit, you might as well get the exclusive. We got like,
Hey.
3 records on Kevin George. New,
Oh,
new
I remember
album.
you said that you got a placement for that. That's huge. He's nice.
Shout
He
out
signed to
Kevin.
Island,
Shout
right?
out Kevin.
You got a voice.
And we got, my boy B got to see it in like person and got to touch them vocals. So like,
Hey.
it was an experience. Like,
Yeah, he's a humble dude, just like us. Fire. You know, he pulled up to our house. Pulled up
Really?
to my house, and we had probably sat there recorded in for like 6 hours.
Damn.
Nick cooked a whole Italian dinner for everybody. Like,
was so
shit
good.
he felt like he was at home.
You guys really are a family.
Dinner.
I cooked up the tater tot casserole, and Kevin George called that comfort food. And that shit just hit me differently.
It's hard, man.
And I just want you guys to know that besides the music, Chef Nick Rose is coming with the shits this year. I'm cooking for the family.
Out of
you know.
TV, Chef Nick
Next
Rose.
Toonfest gonna have fucking, samples. You know, we're doing the whole shit,
We're
bro.
make that a segment.
I'm cutting the
that's gonna-
prosciutto.
that's gonna be
I'm fucking with the provolone, bro. You know where we're going with this shit.
That's awesome.
That casserole was something serious, though. For real.
That's so cool.
Bro, that shit it's lit.
I cooked pesto stuffed chicken a week
Oh,
ago.
word.
You know, hooking up the chicken, spicing it up, stuff the pesto and the cheese in the middle.
Look at this.
Bro, that sounds
Yeah, man.
good.
Yeah, man.
You wanna cook
'cause
for
I
me?
went to Italy over the 2 weeks for Christmas
Yep.
to with my family, and because I have a whole side of my dad's family because he's from there. He was
Mm-hmm.
born there that I like never met before.
Oh,
So
that's
I
cool.
met like 40, 50 uncles, cousins,
Mm-hmm.
aunts, all that kind of shit, and like. Bro, food is so fire over there,
Oh,
and like I just asked them all about cooking. Like, what do you guys do? It's like it was a different experience. So
Yeah.
now I'm coming back. I'm with the shits this year.
You're
I'm trying
chefing
to
it
cook
up.
for everyone I possibly
Yeah,
can.
that was one of his
That's just like a
resolutions.
personal goal. I just want to learn to cook because that's just something. That's like a life thing.
Cook in the lab and cook in the kitchen.
Facts.
Facts.
I can't cook. I'm 23. This nigga 18.
Microwave a hot pocket or something.
Heat up the kids' cuisine.
Pizza rolls, man.
So what about you, Smile Little Crybaby?
I have another project coming in spring break.
Ow.
I ain't playing with nobody. Girls coming. Me and Say gonna drop girls too. That's like 3
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
You got that coming. Working with the breed. I'm just working. Honestly, videos coming. A lot of videos.
Mm-hmm.
When I buy this gimbal, I ain't done. I hate handheld shit. I'm buying the gimbal.
Gimbals are sweet.
Feel me? Yeah.
And you got a Lumix G7 too, right?
Yes, sir.
That's so
I'm just trying to act really nasty. Feel me? I'm not stopping. I got these guys. It's like it's even more reason to keep going. Like, you know?
Yeah. There's no reason to stop right now.
Yeah, like
Nah.
it's competition. all
Non-stop.
Right here, like fuck it, I'm going at it with y'all. I'm going hard together, like you know.
Hell yeah.
Hey. What about you, Evander?
Man, starting with the Book of Tune, man, when that comes out, that's going to be something crazy. After that, I've got a lot of music, a lot of unreleased music that, isn't necessarily on Book of Tune as well. So it's just, continuing to work every day on that stuff and doing more, projects, group projects, doing more event type stuff, as a group, getting ourselves out there a little more. That's definitely something I want to focus on in 2019. So
Not just social media, but in the real world.
not even just social media, man, because at the end of the day, social media can only get you so far. You gotta really, as an artist, you want your fans or people who fuck with you to like feel you. You know what I mean? Like when you have a connection with somebody through your music and it's a mutual feeling, that's when people really fuck with you, and that's how your shit blows up. Because people are gonna want to show your shit to somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not just like, oh, yeah, I went to school with him. He does music. I'll retweet his shit just cause. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When it's not from a personal standpoint, and I feel like that's something we're all really trying to do too, like as a group, like have like a personal connection with people, our fans, through the music. So
2018 was a fake ass year.
hell yeah, fuck 2018, man. That
Yeah.
shit was that was a year of bullshit, man. But 2019, we're coming correct. So like I said, that's all I'm worried about right now. Just getting this money with my brother. So
Sweet, bro. What about you, Mr.
Me,
Rose?
you guys will hear a little more of me on Book of Tune. Then as far as after that, near future for me, I'm working currently. The Bloom video is directed by my brother, my best friend, my roommate at UConn, Will Cronkite. He's now my new visual guy.
Cool.
So, yep. So we're working on the Bloom video. That should be out really, really soon. Like, really, really soon. And then after that, I'm just going to be, after Book of Tune, it's just going to be really me focusing on my next solo project. I don't know when you'll hear it, but I'm just know that
2019 maybe?
maybe 2019. I'm really
Maybe
hoping for
2020.
2019, but I just want this next project to be perfect. Like I want this to be the Nick Rose album. Like this needs to be the magnum opus. This got to be like the shit that makes you think, holy fuck.
Take all
this
the
kid's
cream of the
different.
crop.
The magnum opus, bro. Like this, like I just want this to be just like, not even, this shit has to be an experience. And I'm just going to be working on crafting that. And hopefully by that time that's done, you'll see a whole rollout with videos and all that. And yeah.
I'm excited. What about you, B?
I mean, I'm just focused right now on getting the Book of Tune project,
Yep.
you know, out, ready to go, and at the same time transitioning more of like a business role, I guess, now, because, you know, we've been, you know, having to deal with managers and agents and lawyers and labels and
you're the one that's going to have to, like, know all that.
yeah, I mean, it's every day I gotta learn something new about these processes, you know, and like getting, you know, we've gotten a couple placements coming in now, and like learning that whole process, like it's a pain in the ass, but it's like I'm glad I'm learning, you know, what we're eventually gonna need to hire people to do, because then I know like how it's supposed to work. Right.
That's how a boss is supposed to work.
Right.
They're supposed to know everybody's role. You don't have to know everything about everybody's role, but you need to know it so you can communicate what you want over to them.
Exactly. So that's pretty much going to be my focus going forward, as well as making beats and, you know, having everyone over cooking up and shit. But
That's awesome. So where do you guys see yourselves in 1 year, 5 years, and 10 years?
Shit.
The top.
yeah. 1 year on tour. 5 years, we gotta have a headquarter. We're gonna have an Outoftune house, big ass studio in the basement.
We've been talked about it.
Yeah.
Listen, man, I will say, one thing I will say about this group, man, we are ready. You know, Muda said it before, Say said it, but we're ready for stadiums, man. Like, we bring that energy every time, you know. And granted, we got a lot of work to do ourselves and a lot of bettering to do ourselves. But, you know, at the
That
end
comes
of the
with
day,
time.
Yeah, it does. And, you know, at the end of the day, like, we're more than deserving of whatever is coming our way in 2019. You know what I mean? Like, whether that's a tour, whether that's, you know, just doing a few shows here and there, whatever it is, we're going to go and do it with our all and body it. So that's where I see it.
So, got anything else to say?
Trey Moore just popped into my head for some odd
Oh,
reason. Shout
man.
out Trey Moore.
Trey Moore.
Shout out
he's
Trey.
nice. Where's he
Talented
from?
ass dude.
New Haven.
Really?
He's not from this world, honestly. For now, he lives in New Haven.
Motherfucker's from the Andromeda Galaxy, man. He makes some different kind of fucking music.
Yeah, he's himself. Like, definitely unique. So, going off that, is there anyone else you'd like to shout out before we end today's interview?
Listen, man, pretty much, if you see all of us, if I didn't work with everybody, he probably worked with someone I didn't work with. So we know everybody. So huge shout out to everybody.
Everybody working.
It's a lot of names, and I might as well that shit.
Yo, shout out you guys too, bro. Like,
Appreciate that.
I've heard about this place, but like,
Yeah, shout out Pack.
Like,
Shout out Packed House. This shit is
shit's
crazy.
fire.
Shout out
Packed
Depot.
Shout out Depot.
Shout out Biggs.
I can't wait to come here and
Shout
cook
out
up.
Clark. This
Hey.
shit's crazy.
Yeah.
Feel me?
Up to.
Camera guy right here
Yeah, shout out
killing it.
TJ. Yeah.
So thank you guys for coming on. This ends episode 1 of season 6, and thank you and have a great night.
Thanks, man.
Yo, so that camera, did that one like?